The crowned one.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Glad to have you back here at the Crown One. And I just came across this article from an Instagram page. I was just surfing the Instagram like people do and came across this article for the Helldivers 2 game. Now, this is not the official Arrowhead's Helldivers 2 Instagram page. However, I do track that official page, but I also take a look at some of the fan base Helldivers 2 Instagram pages. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And if you're liking the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for the latest updates on the latest uploads for the latest content. And let's get right into it. Right, so if you guys are familiar with the Helldivers 2 game, there's just been like other stuff that has been going on as far as with Sony and the requirements for the subscription links and how they had to roll that back. That's kind of where I started to get off, if you will, with the Arrowhead Helldivers 2 game. Not so much the developers themselves, but really just the game because of that issue. And there have been some rollbacks, obviously, with Sony not requiring Steam PC players to have a PSN subscription to continue to access the game. Now, with that, I say that within context of that's where, again, I kind of just wanted to part ways, so to speak, because it felt like it was Sony was being a bit greedy, and not Arrowhead's fault. You know, they couldn't help it because Sony is a publisher of their game. But I won't try to absolve them as far as responsibility. But again, this is just kind of this just overshadows all of that other stuff that went on. And what I'm speaking about, what you saw in the thumbnail, is that to explain what you saw in the thumbnail, Arrowhead has donated to the Save the Children's Foundation. Now, if you're seeing that number, it's a very specific number. And I was like, what does that number mean? And like any other sleuth, I went to the internet. Turns out that was the number of children saved on the mission. I can't remember if it was Marfark, the planet Marfark in the automatons area. I can't remember the actual planet name, but the donation dollar amount that Helldivers 2 developers made to the Save Children's Foundation matches the number of children saved within the game. So wow, this is just totally awesome. Even though it's a very specific number, that gesture alone was based on the players, because there was a recent major order that came out where you had a choice to choose one or the other, but not both. And that other was to pick technology. I believe it was tank mines, or you could choose to save the children without any expected technological outcome to saving the children. So no expected reward other than the reward itself, which is saving the children. And I'm not gonna lie, the chat was kind of lit in favor. When that major order came out initially, it started to look a little bleak in my perspective, because you saw a lot of people saying, hey, look, the children can fend for themselves. And I mean, I'm just like, my heart is just sinking, bro. It's like, no. And here's the thing, it's a game. We all know it's a game, but I think there was some sentiment to be had with the children, because honestly, I thought that people were going to go for the tank mines. Now, objectively speaking, I don't know the popularity of using mines in the Helldivers game itself. I use them from time to time, but I use it less, a lot less. You know, it's less frequent of my use for the mines, and I think that might be the case for other Helldivers, because there's you only have like 4 slots for a stratagem, and then you have a booster slot. So we tend to try to pick our stratagems wisely. I would say on an easier difficulty, probably the landmines. I use it for covering my tracks whenever I'm playing by myself. I use the fire-based landmines because I like that extra damage. I'm not sure if it does more damage than the regular mines. I like to think so because of the fire, but I don't, like I said, I don't use it that much. However, when I do use it, I try to use as much as possible, because if you're playing those higher levels, like, difficulty 4 or 5, right before you get to 7, I guess, I start to use it right before I get up to 7, and I think I start going to some more advanced stratagems. But again, that's even if I elect to use it. But with that being said, with the option to save the children, that of course, people are in the comment sections saying, we're saving future Helldivers, which makes sense. Because technology is going to get outdated. They're probably going to have like the automatons build better machines or something to that effect. But children, they grow older, they get smarter, wiser, and then they end up building the top technology of their time. But this is all semantic, because again, it's just a video game. But I think there's something near and dear when virtual reality starts to positively affect real reality, and that is in the donation that Arrowhead developers had made to the Save the Children Foundation. So I'll have this link in the description. Also, I want to take a look at this Reddit here, because that's where I started to go to PlayStation's Reddit page, and that's where I saw some of the official information there. And I'll have this link as well in the description, alongside with the Save the Children's Foundation, if you want to make a donation to them. And this is unsolicited. I'm not getting any type of promotion from them. I'm actually considering, I'm just doing research on the organization itself, because I started to show interest in possibly volunteering or even representing the children, because it's just awesome, man. Just, suffering the little ones. It's just so awesome that Jesus Christ himself specifically calls them out. And man, seeing something like this in reality, in real time, where morally speaking, people are picking children. I'll say virtually speaking, because we're playing a video game. People are picking children over the technology. And I think that just goes in, and I'm not a psychologist or anything like that. I think it sometimes goes to the core of the person, because every person that's an adult has been a child. The only person that wasn't a child when they became was Adam and Eve. You know what I'm saying? Because God created a man and woman. But I think there's just something to celebrate here, because it really, for me, it touched my heart, man. Like, goodness, it's just a video game. Why am I getting all gushy? You know what I'm saying? But no, I just give a mad shout out to the people that contributed to that campaign, because I wasn't sure if I was able to participate in the mission. I'm not sure why, because I would have picked the children as well. I have to look into that, because I couldn't pick the planets that we were supposed to go on. But I was trying to pick planets next to it or something like that. Maybe I read the order wrong. But at any rate, the result is the children were saved, all 4,311 of them. And donations were made with that matched number to dollars to the Save the Children Foundation. And this is the official, I believe it's the official Reddit page for the PlayStation 5. It says PlayStation 5, but I'm not familiar. I'm not that familiar with Reddit, so you please forgive me. But just looking at some of the comments on the Reddit page, it says the real stratagems are the kids you save along the way. And I'm not seeing all the comments. So if somebody reads something in opposition to the Save the Children's, I'm not seeing it, because again, it's just, I don't want to try to read every single comment, but highlight a few. And it says that's really cool of them. The classic TikTok strategy, $1 or mystery box. I'm not entirely sure what that means. It sounds funny. Somebody said always take the mystery box, so I'm thinking that's in opposition to saving the children, maybe. I don't know. Don't take me to heart on that. I'm not entirely understanding the context of this here. So it says we need the children for the freedom minds. Small hands are convenient. That's a little dark. And again, this is all tongue in cheek. This isn't just funny, man. But yeah, man, that's just totally awesome. I'm just gushing over the reality of it, and that is the donation made to the Save the Children's Foundation. So I'm not going to talk your ear off. If you guys, again, are enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell for the latest updates on the latest uploads for the latest content. And I'll talk to y'all later.